no more girls waiting. Eki girls, Eki girls.
I'm Hazel Aggrey-Orleans and the brand is called Eki Orleans. Style for me is about self-expression, about bringing your personality out in the dresses that you wear and just expressing yourself through fashion. It's been quite a recent thing. I brought my first collection out in 2009. Well, actually started in 2007 and we just did scarves, which is combining kente fabric with Indian embroidery. And then in 2009, started with the first collection of dresses. And so it's still quite new. So my background is for financial marketing. So it's completely different, but I think it was to do with my kids, and once I gave birth to my first daughter, I just got this inspiration from inside, feeling that I just had to do something that I enjoy, and just ended up in fashion. And I feel it's just something where you can actually bring your own experience and translate it into fashion. I think fashion is like self-expression. It's basically about what you are. You can translate it from your personality and bring it out in fashion. And so for me, it is, because I'm of mixed heritage, I have brought those two worlds into one, and that's how I've translated it into my design. So it's part of me, and I bring it into the fashion. I mean, for me, African fashion is just about bright colors and experimenting with beautiful fabrics, and it's just for me, it's the vibrancy that you don't necessarily get in fashions from other continents. It's just something about Africa that is just so rich and vibrant, and yeah, it's just something. I think everyone's so different, and so I've watched some of the shows and I've seen some pictures, and I think it's amazing that everyone's so different. They experiment with different cuts, with different fabrics, and it's just how they translate it onto the catwalk is amazing, and it's been really, really good. The challenge with bringing out a new collection is that you always have to try and find something that's better than what you've just done, but still keep it within the brand and don't go completely out of the brand. And then again, for me, it's because we print our own textiles, our own fabrics, so it's still, and it's all African inspired, so it's trying to stay within that African sort of inspiration, because you can get swayed away and start printing different fabrics, and then you just lose that touch of what the brand is about. So it's keeping that in line with the actual getting that step ahead and always being better. But with my designs, it's more in the prints than actually in the cuts. It's more about the prints. It's just, for me, it's bringing two worlds together. So I play with the Ankara prints. I take inspiration from that. I also take inspiration from Adinkra symbols, which are Ghanaian symbols. So we play with that. Like the one I'm wearing, for example, at the moment, this is actually a Ghanaian Adinkra symbol, and means I shall marry, or I will marry you. So it's mixing those two in together. But my main inspiration is from being brought up here in Nigeria, because the last collection was all about waves, and that just takes me back to my childhood memories at going to the beach here in Nigeria, and that comes through in my prints and my designs. My mom is white, my dad is black, and so I'd like to just say I'm a designer, but I take inspiration from both worlds. So I take from the Western in terms of the fabrics I use, and I still bring in the African touch to it. Well, the dresses are quite, in terms of you can wear them easily. It's a ready-to-wear collection, and it's someone who enjoys colors, someone who likes to stand out in the crowd because of the colors, and it's just a soft touch to it. So it's a soft and sexy look you get out of wearing the brand. like to see African designers being on the same sort of platform as other designers, and basically going into shops in England, in Europe, in the States, and just being able to purchase them. For me, that's really, because it's so hard to find designers, African designers in the Western world. So it's just about finding, basically just them being on the same wavelength as others, and continuing to bring that wave of vibrancy and colors in their collections. I'd say they have to be very passionate first, but that's with anything you start. You have to, because you will get setbacks, but you have to keep pushing. You have to love what you do. I'd also say inspiration comes from within, comes from everyone gets inspiration from wherever. You have to have something that's unique to you, because I feel you can't just come in and just sort of blend in.
My jewelry is created with intention that is diverse. So I'm not creating specifically for people of Africa, or I'm creating for a woman of color.